Hello there, welcome back for another album deep dive, and we did the usual little vote, and you guys, it was again hugely skewed. I think this album came out and 75% of you wanted this album to be dove into, but it's none other than the one of the greatest albums of all time. That's not just my opinion, that's a whole bunch of music critics' opinion. It is Fleetwood Mac, Rumours, the 11th studio album from Fleetwood Mac. Side note, I got my hair cut this morning and they did my beard and moustache and all that, and it doesn't usually look this sharp, so I thought, well, it's the one opportunity you're going to see it this tidy. Maybe it's time to do another beard trim on you soon in another video. Alright, let's get to it. So, I feel like in every, but if someone's got a vinyl collection, then this is going to be in there. If it isn't, it needs to be in there. So, here it is. We've got Stevie Nicks and Mick Fleetwood on the front there. This is her Rhiannon attire. And then on the back, we've got the whole gang. And this really cool photo shoot. So I'll just show you. We've got John McVie, we've got Lindsey Buckingham, we've got Stevie Nicks, Mick Fleetwood and Christine McVie on the back here. And then we've got the gang having a little party over here. I love Lindsey's hair. Like, when you think of 70s fros, that is exactly what you think of. Yeah, it's cool. So the tracks, we have Secondhand News, Dreams, Never Going Back Again, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Songbird, The Chain, You Make Loving Fun, I Don't Wanna Know, Oh Daddy, Gold Dust Woman. Produced by Fleetwood Mac with Richard Dashut and Ken Calais. Ken Calais, I believe, is Colby Calais' father. I'm pretty sure I remember that. When she was coming out with her song Bubbly, I remember there was a huge buzz about her being the daughter of one of the Fleetwood Mac's producers. Fun fact. So this album, I mean, when I was reading up about it, there's so much to say about it that it would take, honestly, you could make a 3-hour video just going into all the fun facts and lore about it all. So I'm just gonna talk about some of the things that I found interesting about it. First of all, when I first heard this album, I felt like I felt like I was listening to a different band through each song, and then some songs would come and then I'd think, oh yeah, that sounded similar to one of the other ones, but it still sounds like a whole bunch of different bands put together to make this album. And I think that is the unique point about Fleetwood Mac, is you've got all these different people together and they've all got they're from different places. I mean, you've got the Mick V's from the UK, Stevie and Lindsay from the US, and I think Mick Fleetwood from the US. I could be wrong, it might be from the UK. And then, so you got that, and then you've got all their different styles that they mash together. And I was curious about the songwriting aspect, about who did what and whether they worked together. And I found out that I found out that the song they collaborated on through writing was, so Lindsay, Stevie and Christine came together to write The Chain. But aside from that, they mostly wrote individually, the songwriters, which was, yes, Lindsay, Stevie and Christine. So I mean, that makes sense why the songs have a different flair to each other. And so you've got Stevie writing Dreams, you've got Christine writing Songbird, you've got, and she also did, I believe, Don't Stop, and then you've got Lindsay doing I Don't Want to Know. So yeah, and I think Lindsay was more geared towards a pop sound. Christine and John were more into a more bluesy sound. So it makes this eclectic mix of styles, which I think is hugely a part of their success. It's almost like, if not all of them, one of them that you'll be into. So we'll just have a look at the actual vinyl. This looks like any one of those strips in California, LA, with all the palm trees. So side one has secondhand news, Dreams, Never Going Back Again, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Songbird, oops. And then side two has The Chain, You Make Lovin' Fun, I Don't Want to Know, Oh Daddy, and Gold Dust Woman. And it actually has the songwriters here. So Stevie Nicks wrote I Don't Want to Know, and Gold Dust Woman, and The Chain, yeah, so it's Lindsay, Mick Fleetwood, Christine, it's actually all of them wrote that one. That's cool. And then, yeah, so Christine McVie wrote Don't Stop, Lindsay wrote Go Your Own Way. It's like they each had a hit. Like, obviously, I think Dreams is Stevie's standout hit. Don't Stop, definitely Christine's standout hit. Go Your Own Way, Lindsay. Like, it's amazing that they all worked separately to write those, but then they were all hits off this album. yeah, so I was looking into the actual recording of this album, and honestly, it sounds pretty chaotic, because there was a lot going on for them personally as well. And look, we've got this, oh my gosh, I haven't looked at this for a long time. We've got this absolutely incredible double page spread of the guys and gals in Fleetwood Mac. Oh my god, this is epic. And then over here we've got the actual song lyrics there, and the guys there. So it's awesome. It just looks like they had so much fun. But I think that also had to come with a price. So what I was reading was, and I find it interesting that the name of this album is Rumours. Rumours with a U. I guess that's because half the band was British, and there's a U in Rumours. But I guess that would have, for those in the US, they probably were wondering about the spelling of, speaking of Rumours, while they were recording this, a whole lot of rumours were going around about them and their relationships and their personal life. So during that time, Christine McVie and John, who had been married for 8 years, separated, and they would work together professionally, but they weren't on talking terms generally, from what I've read. So that is one thing with the group at that point. And then there was a rumour going around that Stevie Nicks and Lindsay Buckingham were the parents of Mick Fleetwood's daughter. And then there was another rumour about Christine, that she was in hospital with some life-threatening illness. So the press were trying to make a mountain out of a molehill of all of their, I guess, conflicts that they were having. And they were said during the recording that they would, because they were on such a commercial high at this point, that they had lots of money to spend, and that they would, often have a big party, and there was access to a lot of drugs. And Stevie Nicks actually said that some of their best work came from when they were absolutely wrecked. So like when they'd, been partying all night, and then they'd be at the recording studio, and then they'd just bang something out, and it would be like, Dreams or whatever, which I find that really, I find that, I was gonna say I find that relatable, not from the, partying and drugs and all of that, but from the sense of like when you sort of let go of the tension in the process of creating you kind of are a bit more, you're a bit less inhibited. Like I found often when I'm like just resigned of just like, oh, whatever happens with this track or song, it kind of sets it free and you kind of are open to more possibilities rather than the initial constraints that you had creating it. So I feel like overall this album came out really dynamic but fluid, and I think that's what makes it such a standout despite all the dramas and stuff that were happening for the band personally, you know. So obviously we know that this album has critical acclaim. It's in the it got a 99 out of 100 Metacritic score, 5 stars out of 5 for all its reviews, and it was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think, in 2003, and yeah, it's declared one of the best albums of all time. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. Whenever anybody comes over to my place, I say, oh, just pick a vinyl and put it on. And they always pick this one. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that and found it as interesting as I did. I'll be here just trying to grow my hair back, 'cause I cut it all off today. And I'll see you again next week for another episode. I'll leave the link on which vinyl to vote for next week. Alright, take care.